Hello, everybody. We are live,
Hello.
and we are doing a podcast here about This Is Us, and I'm really excited about it.
Me too. So for those of you who don't know us, hi, my name is Mary,
And my name's Blake.
and we are super excited to be able to come to you live. Blake's done a couple of tweaks with our camera situation. We may or may not have blown a fuse as we were getting ready for this Facebook Live, but we are going to be chatting about the most recent episode of This Is Us titled Sorry. So while you are here, come on and say a little hello. We love to know where people are tuning in from. So let us know what country, and if you're in the U.S., which state you're tuning in from. Let us know your lemonade rating. We like to rate each episode on a scale of 1 to 5, lemonades, 1 being this was the worst, and 5 being absolutely positively amazing. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We really, really appreciate it. And we do want to take a quick moment to invite you all to our This Is Us 2 community on Facebook. It's the place to be.
It's the bomb. It's the bomb diggity, if you will. That's what I will say.
Okay. You just went there.
Yeah, go to the This Is Us 2 community on Facebook, Facebook group. If you go there, you'll be able to chat with all the other This Is Us nerds, including Mary and I, which we are a part of every single day. We chat there all the time. So please make sure you go to the This Is Us 2 Facebook group. So that's that.
Awesome sauce.
My love, do you have
Yeah.
anything else to get started before?
Just quick thing. If you are in the Facebook group, or if you're seeing this via one of my pages, I would highly recommend that you click on the Mary and Blake Facebook logo, so that way you can be on the official video thread, because each time we share it, there's extra comment threads, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So if you want your comments to possibly end up on screen, or for us to definitely see it because we have shared it in multiple places, click on that underlined word Mary and Blake, head on over to the original video, which is going to be us, and we'll be able to see you from there.
That's right. So this, again, is really intended to be a fly on the wall experience as we chat about this episode, the things that we do and the things that we talk about and how things are in our studio, as a matter of fact, for you Facebook Live viewers. This is really intended for this episode, rather, is really intended for the podcast listener. So we may or may not read some comments, but if we don't, and if we don't read them, please don't think that we aren't seeing them. We will more than likely go back after all this is done and reply to each and every one of them. As for now, my love, I think we are ready to make a podcast, I think. What do you say?
I say we go for it.
All right, good. All of our levels are correct. Again, we are here talking about This Is Us, episode 408, Sorry. And let's make a podcast, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
All right.
Can you move that to the main screen?
Move what to what?
The Google Doc?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Because I need that.
I know I need it too. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll turn around.
The beauties of live podcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
This episode of This Is Us 2 is sponsored by Minute with Mary. That's right, it's me, this girl in your headphones. I love to help people feel more confident and creative when it comes to their makeup and skincare. And this is the holiday season when you like to zhuzh things up. And because you are a beloved listener of This Is Us, we have a special little discount for you on one of my favorite items. Because let's be real, the holidays are coming. You might want to zhuzh. Do you like to zhuzh?
Always got a zhuzh.
Right? And if you put on makeup, say mascara or a really strong lipstick or something like that, you need to take it off. You need to take it off at some point, right?
Eventually.
So one of my favorite items, I get so many reviews on this item. It's my makeup cleansing stick, and it literally, you put it on your face and it melts your makeup off. It is so nourishing and hydrating. I haven't used anything like it, and I love this makeup cleansing stick. And it's so much one of my favorite things that I'm giving podcast listeners a 15% off discount. So you just go to minutewithmary.com/discount. If that does not strike your fancy, but you need some other things to help get you fancy for the holidays, maybe you want to be Pilgrim Rick with but killer lashes, just reach out to me. Search the hashtag Minute with Mary on Facebook.
Throwing that chair. was the best thing that ever happened to me. If I didn't throw that chair through the window, I wouldn't have stopped drinking, wouldn't have joined AA, or stuck with therapy. When I threw that chair, throwing that chair was the best thing that ever happened to me. If I didn't throw that chair through the window, I wouldn't have stopped drinking, wouldn't have joined AA, or stuck with therapy. When I threw that chair, my nephew came back into my life. No matter how much I told him to scram, he just stuck around. For 40 years, I have pushed people away. Not because I thought they would hurt me, but because I thought I would hurt them. I told myself I was doing it for their own good. Because I'm broken, right? But I was wrong. I wasn't broken. I was sick. And when you're sick, you gotta let the people who care about you to help.
From Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to This Is Us 2. It's a podcast about This Is Us on NBC, so sit back and relax, and let's all have a good cry. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Mary Larson.
My name's Blake, and I love the fact that this is a podcast that can be edited because we're on Facebook Live right now, also doing this episode, and Mary just has to touch stuff. Mary has to touch stuff and mess up the intro. So you, the podcast listener, do not get the pleasure of hearing a messed up intro, but the Facebook Live watcher, you do. So
You're welcome.
Thank God I'm able
Authentic experience for those who join us on Facebook Live, that's for sure.
to edit these bad boys. And listen, if you are listening to the podcast and you are interested in seeing what my studio with Mary here is like and the things that we do and how it all looks and how we actually do these podcasts live, you can do so.
Yeah.
Just check us out on Mary and Blake Facebook, or go to the This Is Us 2 group on Facebook, and you'll be able to, when we do these episodes, check us out live and all of that other stuff. So I am quite excited about this.
I can tell.
Well, I'm excited because the last time we tried, our camera broke halfway through. Not even halfway. It broke like to 3 seconds into it.
Yeah.
And we tried it multiple times, and I was pissed.
Yep, and then we tried it again tonight, and we blew a fuse. Because
That's true.
There's like this, I don't know, what this isn't a polar vortex, but something's happening on the east coast of the U.S., and it got cold. So I have a little space heater, and between our lights, our computers, our screens, we blew a fuse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And we got started much later.
I don't have a space heater on me now.
No, you do not.
If I chatter away at my teeth, I apologize.
Mary is in a much less happy mood as of this moment. We
right.
need some heat. So, today is my story.
Yeah.
Finally, I get a chance to share one, and you know, I
Hopefully it's less awkward than all of mine that I've been sharing.
a lot of people have made light of a lot of things that Nikki has said in Griffin Dunn, who's the actor, and how he portrayed why he was not upset about throwing that chair, and throwing his chair was actually good, and it changed his life. And you know, I've done some things in my life that I'm not quite proud of, and it was because I was sick. It was because I had very serious depression. And it's hard to accept that, and it's hard to put your brain around it. I still struggle with it to this day. I've done things that I'm not proud of in terms of work and family, and just, when you are depressed, literally your whole world is depressed, and you make mistakes and you say stupid things and you do stupid things, and it just tears you apart. And it's not that you know what you're doing is wrong, but there's a part of you that knows it's wrong, and there's a part of you that says, screw it, this is what I'm going to do. So when Nikki said, I don't regret those things, I don't feel sorry, the funny thing is neither do I. I mean, I do on some level, but I don't either, because the choices that I've made have led me to exactly where I am. I have a beautiful bride. I have 2 healthy kids. We have a podcast company. Like, we're here talking to people live, and tens of thousands of people are listening to us on a daily basis. All of the choices that I've made, even the ones that I'm not proud of, have put me here. Mm-hmm. And I like that. I like knowing that that's a part of me.
Yeah.
And I get to learn from the mistakes that I've made. And it's put me in a place where my life is where it's at. And I couldn't be any more thankful for that. Ready to get into the show, my love?
I am.
Let's do it. Well, before we get into the rest of this episode, actually, we do got to say, check us out on Mary and Blake on maryandblake.com or on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of us there. And thank you for subscribing to this podcast. Thank you for all of the reviews that you guys are putting through. You make our day when we see them, and it is very exciting to read it. I'm not going to say I check the feed on a daily basis, but it may be a by every other day basis. That may or may not be the truth. So that's that. So thank you guys very much for being a part of our group here and being a part of our lives, being a part of everything that we're doing with Mary and Blake.
Part of our clan.
Part of the clan, baby. Part of the Mary and Blake clan. Well, this episode was entitled Sorry, and sorry on multiple levels here. It applies to pretty much every character that we witnessed in this episode. Almost every one of them. Every one of them is sorry for something or some specific reason. And we can get into that and what's happening here later on in the episode. But I really they've been very good with the episode titles as of late.
They have.
And
they're like Michael Giacchino level good.
Oh, yes. For those of you who know Michael Giacchino, he's
a film composer,
yes.
TV composer, yeah.
And he makes these great,
one of our faves.
He challenges his team to come up with the best puns for all of his song titles. It's not just like Obi-Wan fights Anakin. It's, it's just like a very cool wordplay on certain things that you already know. One of my favorite ones is from Star Trek, the Kronos Quartet. Oh, that's a great one. Anyway, the director was Rebecca Asher. And she has directed not only this episode, but she's directed that episode, Katie Girls, and one of our favorites too, This Big, Amazing, Beautiful Life. So she directed that episode. And the writer was Elin Mastai. So this person is really actually a film writer for the most part. You would know, actually, my love, you would know him for that movie, What If? The one with Daniel Radcliffe. Where he wrote that in film.
Okay, cool.
And he wrote another film called Mountain Men, and he also wrote a film called The Samaritan. But this is his only episode of This Is Us, and it's Sorry. So that is that, my love. What do you got for your lemonade rating? Enough of me
5.
talking. I've been talking
too much. A big old 5. It's here. It is here. There were a couple of things that I didn't love, but this whole episode. First off, there was no buffering problems.
We fixed the internet.
Things have been great, but this episode was just phenomenal, in my opinion.
Yep. Are you going to give full horses on this one?
Oh, full out, giddy up.
Yep, we got a horse, ladies and gentlemen. We got a horse. No more ponies.
Yep.
A lot of people have asked us what the heck the horses versus ponies thing is. And it's a sports term, really, that, if you had Tom Brady.
Okay.
And you figured, okay, I could trade Tom Brady and get 15 other guys, and you would think that those 15 other guys would make up for the value of Tom Brady.
Nope.
No. 15 15 guys does not make up for one Tom Brady.
You could
Meaning,
get 15 Mary Larsons playing football. Not a good sight.
meaning I want a horse like Tom Brady, not a bunch of ponies like the 15 guys. So you can give me a bunch of pony episodes. It doesn't make up for the one good horse episode.
And here we are.
And this is the horse episode.
Here we go.
This is
I mean, this whole season has been very good.
Yes, it has.
I was so scared after episode 1.
the past. I know the first episode was a little scary. It was because you were just in the middle of
And you know
nothing.
that everybody on the creative team was like, all right, let's see how this goes. We're taking a chance.
Yeah.
Well done.
No,
Well
and you know what? You got to take risks. You got to take risks.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're just stuck. And nobody wants to be stuck.
Right, so we got our writer.
So
we got our director.
yeah, you got your lemonade rating, and so
Yeah.
I got to give my lemonade rating.
Okay.
And I'm gonna concur with you, Mary,
Yes.
that this is
Yeah.
it's a horse, baby. This is the second horse of the season, and I'm giving it a 4.9. I really liked this episode.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Yeah, you did.
It continues the path that we've taken
Mm-hmm.
throughout this whole season, meaning that it takes the flashbacks and builds on the flashbacks linearly. It builds on the current story linearly, and it gives us this emotional through line once again that can latch all of these episodes together. It's the one anchor portion, and that is how everybody is sorry. It's how they're making mistakes.
Do you hate that word?
Do I hate
love
the word
that
sorry?
word, but I have a love-hate relationship with the word sorry.
Yeah, it's Kevin was right, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those words that like it makes everything better when you're a kid, and then when you're an adult, it just don't work anymore.
Yep.
It's true. He is right.
Oh, I mean, I think that it works.
It
Like,
well,
there's-
it depends on the
There are some people who really could fix a lot if they said they were sorry.
yes.
Like, there are some people that you never hear say sorry, and you're like, this would fix.
That may or may not relate to at least one person in our life.
Yeah, this would fix a lot.
Yes. And I guess it's how much you say sorry, I suppose, if it's just one of those things
I
that's
say sorry
constantly
too
happening. No, I don't think so. You don't say sorry to me enough. Maybe to other people.
When I was hit by a car when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I was like delirious in pain, I just kept saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would make sense because you feel like you're putting everybody out. You
Well,
know?
I walked in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to do that.
Hashtag not the smartest choice.
Oh man.
All right, so what do you got for your GBG on this
Okay,
episode, my
so
love?
my good for this episode is my feelings. Like, I love having such a wide variety of feelings in an episode of This Is Us. It's quite amazing that an hour-long show broken up with so many commercials can still make you feel so many things, and that you can be laughing and crying. And when you can see yourself in multiple scenarios or in multiple people's shoes in This Is Us, you know you did done good. So I know it's not like a particular person or incident, but just the fact that I had so many feelings and I felt so connected in this episode was my good. My bad, however, is there's too many things going on at once.
Yep.
That I don't care for Kate in this episode.
I
know I'm supposed to, okay, because she's part of the big three, but I especially don't care for teenage Kate in this episode. And I'm just like,
well, Teenage Kate was a flash in the pan. She was in and out.
but why? Why in this episode? Aside from just to be like, don't forget, weird things go down with her boyfriend when she's a teenager.
Well,
like,
that's
it just
exactly
felt,
what it is.
Yeah, but it just felt out of place in this episode that was so much in the present tense. So I didn't like it. Like, I'm cool with present tense Kate being in this episode, but past tense Kate just felt like we're just going to throw this in because you need past tense Randall.
Mm-hmm.
And you needed that interaction with him and Rebecca, the
Yep.
little R&R and everything going on with there. But the Kate thing was so obvious that it stuck out. It was It was like, when you take a book and you really shouldn't, but you earmark it and you're like, I know I shouldn't be folding this edge, like dog mark it,
Sure.
but I'm going to just so I remember. It was like the writer said, just in case any of you missed the memo.
Things
This
are
is not
happening.
a healthy relationship.
Yeah, this episode I think was pretty on the nose on a couple of things, which was why I can't give it a 5 rating. What it did for me emotionally is why I'm giving it the horse moniker. But
Yeah, I will be cool with flashback Kate if whatever happened to her in the past somewhat relates to what happens to her in the future. So if like Kate in the past was like sexually abused by this guy, and if her neighbor does this, or if she and Toby have some communication issue that triggers her into it being like that, you know what I mean? Like if she has non-consensual sex with ex-boyfriend from her past, and if something happens with Toby and it's not consensual, you know what I mean? It's
Sure.
something. But if there's a connection, I'm gonna be okay with this part being in here. But right now, it just felt so obviously doormarked.
All right, what do you got for your grade?
Sorry. Spending too much time on my pad, and the stickiness and the realness of this show is my great.
Okay, what do you mean?
This wasn't a happy episode at all. Like, you're sitting there and you're seeing Rebecca just fade. Her memory is fading. You're seeing all the awkwardness that's going on with Randall. You're seeing the transition of 2 adults and how this parent-child situation is starting to have this flip-flop. Very awkward, very real.
Yep.
The situation with Kevin, when you beat yourself up so much because you just don't know what to do, that you actually go and have yourself harmed.
Sure.
Very real. Whether you're physically having yourself harmed or you just trash yourself in a different way. Very, very real. The fact that baby milestones happen all the flipping time, not in front of both parents. And how awkward and sad that is for the person who does get to witness it. And do you tell the other person? Like, this happens all the time at daycare.
Sure.
Like, daycare people are like, oh no, sure they haven't walked. Sure, the kids have been like doing 5 miles every day. Just the realness of this show, and in particular this episode, the fact that it was so awkward, it was so sticky, it was so difficult, but so real.
Right.
And I love it. How about you?
All right, my good. Oh man, this show does a lot of great things, and if you recall, the great for me last episode was how my girl Kay, she took a feeling and gave you a visual representation of it, which was Deja driving through Philadelphia with her mother and her grandmother. And that feeling of how that translates to Malik. The same thing happens here in this episode with Jack and Kevin. How when Kevin is looking at Uncle Nicky and he's talking, Jack is edited in at certain points. It's like he is looking at Nicky as though he is the father figure that he has missed. It's that feeling, that deep familial connection that Kevin is having
All the
towards.
Charmin.
Oh my
All
God.
the Charmin was used to wipe my tears.
So much shaman.
Every
Every single shaman that ever was.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, Nicky, if you're thinking along realistically, what would have happened? Nicky would probably look a lot like Jack
Sure.
if Jack was this old.
Yep.
They obviously would have mannerisms and sayings that were said to them by their dad, you know?
Yep.
Oh, every time it turned out to be Jack, like in
Oh,
Kevin's mind, both Blake and I were like,
I know.
waterworks.
I know. And I really liked that. I just thought that was fantastic because you immediately know what Kevin is feeling. You immediately, because you as a viewer, when you see Jack and you as a viewer have that connection
Do
with
you ever
Jack.
see that in anyone? Like, so for those of you who don't know, Blake lost his mom when he was 18. Like, do you ever see, whether it's your siblings or aunts or uncles, that like it's creepy and you're like, whoa, that reminded me of my mom?
No. It actually happens with you quite often.
'Cause she and I talk.
I know.
Don't mean to connect with the dead, but I do. No joke.
Yeah, that's there's no hyperbole there, ladies
No,
and gentlemen.
I wish I was joking.
There is no hyperbole there. Mary has made some odd connections in this world, and that's the truth. No, it doesn't happen quite often with my family. My mother was pretty singular. She was a singular woman, so there's not much
Okay.
and not many people
Yeah.
like her. But you are, oddly enough.
Probably why
so,
you chose me.
But just that feeling that you get when you see Jack as, or when you see Nicky as Jack, in the guise of Kevin. One of the things that I wish they had kind of done is when Kevin is talking to Nikki at some point, Nikki saw Jack too, but just in a different way.
Oh. Well,
that
the
would
thing
have
is
been
that Nikki
awesome.
was Jack's little brother. And during this whole episode, Nikki is the older, more mature figure to Kevin. You know what I mean? It was never flipped. Like,
Yep.
and at least in what we've seen, Jack's never come to Nikki for help. Jack's never messed up in front of Nikki.
Right, but there's also a part where Kevin has taken care of Nikki. Kevin has looked after him and said things to help motivate him and do. I kind of wish that we had seen that in this episode. That would have been very interesting. That would have been because again, it shows you the kind of deep familial connection between the two.
Yeah.
That's being had. All right, but my bad was they went a little heavy with Rebecca in this episode in terms of forgetting, and it was on the nose. It was on the
I don't think
nose.
so.
Oh, I do. Like there was that moment at first when she forgot her phone or something. I pointed out to him like, oh, there's a clue. Like
The congressman.
the congressman thing. Yeah, that's what it was. When she says, "Oh, my son, the congressman."
No,
And he's-
but you said it like, oh, that's foreshadowing. Like, that's what Randall's going to do next.
No, I didn't. I said, "Oh,
Oh.
that's a clue. That's a clue
okay. I thought
for
you meant-
Rebecca."
okay, all right.
And I said, "Oh, wow, that's really cool that they did that." And then all of a sudden, it turned into the phone missing thing and her taking pictures of everything. I just kind of wish they stuck with just a reference
Well, listen.
here and there.
With their whole like coming up next week on This Is Us, they couldn't
Oh,
go
I know.
from Rebecca taking pictures to showing us that Rebecca's lost in a park without getting a little further. They obviously had to push the fast forward button in this episode to make it drastically clear for anyone who wasn't picking up the
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
connecting the dots.
So it was a little on the nose, and part of that
I was fine with it.
part of that for me was when Rebecca was trying to find her phone and they were in the office. There is this thing called ADR. And ADR is the automated dialogue.
You know this stuff.
It's because I am Batman.
No.
It's called automated dialogue replacement, which is when, like, let's say we are in the middle of shooting a scene right now.
Okay.
And we're talking, and all of a sudden a plane flies overhead.
Okay.
And all the dialogue is ruined.
Oh.
And then you're like, well, when you're in the editing process, you're like, I like what we got, but I can't use the audio because
Okay.
it sucks. There's a plane flying overhead. So what they do is they bring all the people back and they put them in a studio.
Okay.
And they record the dialogue,
Oh, okay.
much like how we're recording a
Voiceover.
podcast right now. And they take that dialogue and they insert it
Okay.
into an episode of television or film or whatever. A show who was famous for doing this was Arrested Development. What they would do is they would write a bunch of jokes, they would film them, and they were like, oh yeah, that didn't work. All right, we'll go back into the studio, redo
Okay.
the joke, and we'll re-say it. So there's this portion in when she's trying to find the phone, they did a whole bunch of ADR. And how do I know they did ADR? Because the sound was totally off. You could tell that she was in a studio saying, I lost my phone! It needs to be here! Like, it sounded so off. It sounded
Did it still sound like old Rebecca, or did it sound
No, it did,
like
but, like,
Rapunzel?
No, it didn't sound like Rapunzel, but you could tell, like, when we're recording this podcast, right?
Yes.
If we're silent for 1 second,
Okay. Yeah.
if you're listening, you'll probably hear what's called room tone.
Oh my gosh.
There's
I'm
room
like
tone.
so into this.
No, well, I'm
I
trying
appreciate.
to
So
explain
you're
it.
saying that the tone.
The tone of the tone of her
Okay, I'll be quiet.
speech,
Yeah.
that's room tone.
Okay.
So the room tone of her speech is totally different from the way that it is when it's actually being filmed.
Okay.
And you can tell if, like, it's a little bit more clear or a little bit softer, or the voice is different. It all
Yeah.
depends,
I
right?
getcha.
So the ADR was way off for me.
Okay.
The great for me, though, and say it with me now,
Okay.
is bookending.
Bookending.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I have to give it this.
Okay, I'm ready. Oh.
Makes me want to shout. Oh, my goodness gracious. I swear they write this show just for me. I
Really?
swear they
sit
do.
there. Oh, everyone with their Mead notebooks.
Yes.
What would Blake like?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what Blake loves?
I'm just telling you, it was amazing. And bookending on a number of different ways, whether it was the montage with the bed making or Kevin with the parachute with the sheet
Oh my gosh.
and remembering back on Jack and the way that it begins with Jack saying, "Oh, you're my boy," and the parachute and having that whole thing go throughout the episode. Having that thread throughout the episode was just friggin' awesome.
You know what I was pissed off about? Jack and Rebecca have so much more fun making their bed than we do.
Oh, God,
because
yes.
we wait until we're going to bed to make it. Jack and Rebecca, it's like they're doing it at 10 o'clock on a Sunday or something. And Blake and I are like, oh, we forgot the clean laundry downstairs. And one of us trudges down and gets it. The other one's like, do we need to sleep on sheets? Because
Can we just put a blanket down?
I'm so tired. I was like, look at them. They're so like jovial and
Yeah,
like.
no, that was
No.
miserable. That's probably the one thing that Rebecca and Jack do that I was like, nope, that ain't real.
Not real.
Nobody's that happy. Nobody's that like talkative.
Who changes their sheets that early in the day? And
Nobody.
They're happy?
It's crazy talk.
Well, probably,
Probably normal people do.
yeah.
People who are adults. Not us. Are you ready for
Okay,
some big three
yes,
feedback?
I am.
And we said,
That's 3.
big 3?
Catherine Henry also gave this episode 5 lemonade. She says that her good is the interposition of Jack and Nikki speaking to Kevin, first chastising him and later praising him, just had me in tears. You and us all, Catherine. Catherine's bad was Beth being so obvious about supervising, not supervising Deja and Malik seemed really clunky. I'm not going to lie, Catherine. That's how I'm going to be. No joke. I was watching her and I was like, that is teacher Mary. Like when I was teaching, that's completely how it'd be. You going to be right there? I'm going to be right here. Like
Right.
That's 100% how I'm going to be as a parent in about 10 years.
Oh, not ready for that.
And Catherine's great is the making of the bed sequence at the beginning really wove the different timelines together, and using it as a thread throughout the episode was brilliant. Kevin hiding under the covers, and later Randall comforting Rebecca as they make the bed. Really rich stuff.
Yep, Tia Di Chris Delisle on Facebook. That is a name. I think that must be two people in one profile.
Yeah, sometimes people do that where they like share their profile with a partner.
Yep. They say, not sure how hot this take is, but Nikki for Pilgrim Rick this
gosh.
year?
Oh my gosh.
Just like that.
A winner! Yes. Whether or not that comes true, I don't know. Stop
doesn't even
stop
know.
banging mics, Mary.
I'm so excited, but he doesn't even know. He hasn't seen Jack. They did Pilgrim Rick when the kids were already like,
That's right.
10 years old or something. So he doesn't even know what. Oh, no, he
He
can't.
doesn't know about Police Academy 3.
Oh, my gosh. Kevin has so much catching up to do on their road trip.
Oh my God, I can't wait for that. Do you think? All right.
We're getting so verklempt.
We have to come up with a power ranking for Pilgrim Rick.
What do you mean?
A power ranking. Like
Can we
who-
do it at the end?
Yes,
Let's
yeah,
go
yeah,
through the big
yeah,
three.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
add that in the little show notes. I'll
All
get
right,
Abby. Abby Lore says, I finished that episode thinking, definitely a horse. 5 lemonades for me. Loving the Kevin storyline. Abby's good is Randall speaking up for Rebecca in that interview. I'm a single mom, although I'm not sure my 4-year-old would help at a job interview, and it just gave me all the feels. Abby's bad is it's kind of a broader bad. I don't care at all about what's happening to Kate right now. Her storyline isn't grabbing me at all. Abby, you're not alone. And Abby's great is Jack. That is all I love and expect out of the show. The first one almost made me gasp when it was suddenly Jack's voice instead of Nikki. So beautifully executed. And her hot take is Cassidy is absolutely pregnant. That was tied. I don't know what she said.
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Okay,
But whatever. Cassidy is absolutely pregnant. That's her hot take. Yeah, I'm going to go there too. Whether or not she sticks around is an entirely different situation.
Oh my God, it'd be so awkward.
But there's no way that
if
she
after dinner she goes home and has sex with her husband, and then it's like Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, who's your daddy?
Dude, that movie was great.
You know my favorite thing? I've talked about Mamma Mia with my Wicked Roadie co-host Ben.
Yep.
And he was like, go take your kids to this family-friendly show. It's great. And I was like, the music's great. I don't know if you want to
It's
take
not
kids to it. He's
family-friendly.
like, why? What do you mean? I was like, this woman had sex with 3 different men during her ovulation cycle because
Right.
she doesn't know.
She's just
daddy is.
flipping a coin.
And he was like, oh, never mind.
But when they made that film, I feel
Yeah.
like the entire cast, all they did was just drink. They were in Greece and all they do is just get hammered and make a movie.
Anyway.
If you think about it in those terms, go back and watch it. I'm telling you, it's the truth.
Okay.
So Abby brought up Kate, and I kind of want to delve into this a little bit.
So we can be done with it.
I want to be done with it. I just want it over with.
Okay, me
you don't
too.
You don't like Kate this
It's not that
this
I
episode.
don't
well,
like
the,
Kate.
the things that are happening that you don't care.
Storyline. I don't care.
The funny thing is that I don't think that this is unique to this season. I don't. The first 2 seasons, I really didn't care what happened with Kate. I really didn't.
I mean, let's be real. Do we ever really care? You know when we care about Kate? We like eyeliner Kate, and we like little kid Kate.
And I like pregnant Kate for the
Yeah.
most part because you were worried about whether or
I
not
liked
the baby was
dating Kate. Dating Toby.
No,
Probably
I think
'cause
you
I
liked
liked
Toby.
Toby,
You
yeah.
liked Toby. You didn't like Kate.
You know what sucks though? I just feel like Kate is like all new moms. You know, like you're just kind of boring. You're sitting in your leggings. You're
Sorry,
peeing
I'm
when
not
you
boring.
Yeah, like you're peeing yourself when you laugh or cough, and you're like, all I do, like just like she said, all I do is feed, change diapers. Like, it's not Kate's fault she's boring right now.
Yep.
It's not at all her fault. I mean, that's why they gave her like honestly a blind baby, because she's like a new stay-at-home mom. She's got like a very monotonous life going on right now. But
Yeah.
something's simmering.
Absolutely.
How spicy do you want them to make it? Do you want it to be like, we don't work anymore, Kate? Or do you want it to be spicy?
That's a good question.
And the spice, that's why I'm wondering if something that has happened in her past.
Are we talking like nuclear spicy, or are we talking like
Oh.
Wendy's chicken sandwich spicy?
Oh, I'm talking like she goes all in with her neighbor.
So we're going nuclear spicy.
Like, can you feel this? Nuclear.
That's what she said.
Okay, so like I don't know if they're going that far. I don't know if it's
no,
gonna
I don't
be
think that's going to happen.
Okay,
I don't
good.
think that's going to happen.
I don't know if it's going to be just emotional, an emotional affair. I don't know if something, as I said, if something from her past mirrors something in the present, or if it's just going to be like Toby and Kate, we don't work anymore.
I think what's going to happen, here's a hot
Which is
take
very
for you.
real, which is so real. Like, that's the thing, is like, how many people do you know get divorced after they have a kid? Especially, like, literally I know this, many of you don't know this, my sister is severely, severely handicapped. She, was born healthy, and 3 weeks after she was born, she ended up, she had what is it?
A virus?
Yeah, she had the, what is it? What is the
Herpes
virus?
virus.
Yes, the herpes virus. Like, you know, the one that they're like, 1 in a million people will get this, and that's why you're not supposed to kiss babies, because the herpes virus can like go and like bury itself in someone's brain, a baby's brain, instead of just giving you cold sores or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why my sister, someone like, who knows what happened, but my sister ended up getting the virus, and it like got lodged in her brain. It's not like the STI or anything like that. It's just, you know, what it is, and she ended up going in a coma and is now severely handicapped. She has like the physical abilities of a 1.5-year-old,
Yep.
possibly 1-year-old baby. And she's older than me. So statistically, when parents have a child with some kind of a disability, the statistics are against them. Just that in general
Sure.
for their marriage to stay alive.
Absolutely. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think, as we talked about in previous episodes, Toby is already in line for depression. He's already been cheated on. So he's already thinking, like, he already has that perspective, like, I know what cheating looks like.
Yep.
And he is going to see.
Do you think he's going to cheat?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think he's going to see the interactions between Kate and the neighbor.
Yep.
And be like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
And he's going to think that there's an affair going on.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I have a hot take about it. I'm not
Okay.
going to say it now. We're going to
Not
say it later.
nuclear.
Not nuclear. This is more Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich.
Okay.
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 So it's a little bit more reasonable than, hey, can you feel this?
You're welcome. You're welcome, people driving with children in the car.
And I don't think that the neighbor's wrong, and I don't think he's doing anything bad. I think he
This
seems
is
like a
just
nice
where
guy.
it stinks. This is where it stinks when you have like a genuine friendship with someone who could possibly be like of the opposite gender, or like could dig your gender. You know what I mean? This is when it gets tough, when you're like, hi, I'm a grown adult male, and I'm
You're
a grown adult female, and
Yep.
we can still be friends.
Right. And so I don't think that's an issue between them. I don't think there will be an issue between them. I think it will be, how is this relationship interpreted by Toby?
How do you feel about the neighbor? What's his name again?
Gregory?
Okay.
Gregory.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Does he go by Gregory?
I think so.
Okay. We don't have to worry about anything.
No, we don't. I don't think,
Gregory?
Yeah, I know.
Like he says, hi, my name's Gregory.
Hi, I'm Gregory. All right.
For
Calm down.
reals?
Calm down.
Wait. Who do we know that actually goes by Gregory? That is
Nobody.
like a very formal name.
Nobody.
I don't know a single person.
I know a few Gregs. I don't know if they go by Gregory. No, I know they don't go by Gregory.
That's like standoffish, in my opinion.
I'm Gregory. Like, that's what it feels like.
What is that even supposed to mean? What is
Like-
your inflection supposed to mean?
Like, it's like a professor, like an angry professor.
Oh.
That
I
would
was
be
just
me.
taking it as like, yeah, I don't. Gregory. Ooh, interesting choice.
Call
interesting
me
choice of a name.
Gregory.
Wow.
Dr.
I
Gregory.
wonder what his middle name is. Granted, this is a fictional character, but I'm very interested in his name. Gregory.
So I
Just doesn't flow.
let's talk about the boyfriend real quick.
Whose boyfriend?
Kate's boyfriend back in the day.
What's his real name?
I forget it. I think his name's Mark. Yeah, it's Mark.
Mark?
Mark with a C.
Ugh, of course.
Yeah,
Of
of course your
course.
name's Mark with a C.
Okay. All right.
I'm not in on the boyfriend, and
I don't think you're supposed to be.
no, I know.
Very
He-
astute.
He walked in there. He's calling Randall Randy. First of all, he's calling Rebecca Rebecca. Nope, don't do that. Can't be doing that. Not when you're like 15 years old. Kid.
You don't even call my mom anything.
Nope, I
because
don't.
you feel so
I
uncomfortable by
I
the
still
name
call your
situation.
dad Mr. Earl.
Yes, you do.
I won't call him anything else.
Yep.
When that happened, like the Randy thing, I can deal with. The going in the fridge thing, getting food thing, I can deal with that because that may just be the relationship. That's fine.
That Mark is getting food.
Yeah, that's fine. That happens.
I ate out of so many people's fridges.
But him calling her
You're not supposed to
Rebecca
do
to her
that?
face. No, you can't just walk into somebody's house and just open their fridge and take the Sunny D. What are you, nuts? What are we talking about?
What if their parents used
You
to say?
can't move the purple stuff.
Everyone used to say, "Make yourself at home, Mary."
Nobody wants you to do it.
Oh, I would. My parents used to go on weird diets,
Of
like
course.
cabbage soup diet. When people would tell me "make yourself at home," I was like, "Sweet, where are the
Yep.
Pop Tarts?" Ready to keep your microwave.
What was the other one that they made you do? The one that was
Lentils.
lentil. Please.
We had cabbage soup for like weeks, and then my mom went through a big lentil phase, and she made like lentil burgers and lentil soups. And one day, I got to stay over at my godfather's house, and I was so excited because the last time I stayed over there, he took me out for milkshakes, and my mom had gifted everyone like lentil soup mix for Christmas. You know how people make like Christmas cookie mix in a jar? Well, my mom did it for lentil soup. So you want to know what my godfather made me? Lentil soup because he thought I liked it.
Oh, that's gross.
I thought I finally had one day of freedom.
So one of the things that happens is that Kate comes out and takes a banana. And she takes a banana and she goes, "Oh no, I'll have this." Part of me thinks that she wants to just lose weight for her boyfriend, but the other part of me, the cynical part of me, thinks that the boyfriend's making her do it.
Yes.
That he's insisting that she eat healthily and that she lose the weight because that's what he wants.
Yes.
And when my first relationship, it was something similar where it was like you it's your first relationship and you just want to impress and you want to do the right thing. What?
Okay.
What?
No, I guess so.
No, and you just and that person kind of runs your life.
No, but yeah, maybe.
What I'm saying is like that can happen. Like,
Okay. Like the puppy love.
yeah, that person can run your life. And it depends on
I just
how-
think that's a toxic relationship.
That's what I'm saying. It
Sorry
depends
that you
on how-
went through that.
it depends on how far it goes. Like eventually I caught on, was like, nope, not dealing with this.
I do. I see it as she's choosing because her family questions her. Her family is the one that's like, "Hey, whoa, what's going on? Eat some more." So to me, that made it seem like this isn't the norm for Kate. Like Kate would grab the banana, maybe some graham crackers, maybe a little, Pop-Tart.
Ferrero Rocher. Guess it was being advertised when we were watching it.
Okay. So I feel like it was 100% led to believe that this is because of the boyfriend's bad influence.
And this, again, I think is probably one of the reasons why she ends up becoming who she is, because he messes her up so much that she just says, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And then all of a sudden it gets out of control.
Guess.
That's a hot take. Well, it's not a hot. That's not like a flaming hot take. That's like a lukewarm take.
I mean, it's a lower SAT hot take. Let's be I'll be done with this. I feel so bad. I've definitely brought it up multiple times in this podcast.
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You keep throwing bombs. It's okay.
Okay.
I got lower SATs. It happens.
It's okay. You're a brilliant man.
I got an
Reals.
1100. You got like a 15 whatever. I don't know what you got. It's okay.
We're in the same place right now. We do the same job now.
That's right.
SATs mean nothing.
So while we're here in the past with teenage Kate, let's just talk about the relationship between
Okay, good. Can we move on from
Rebecca
her?
and Randall. Rebecca and Randall, the thing that stands out to me is the fact that she keeps telling teenage Randall, you're the kid, I'm the adult, you don't got to take care of me. Yet, at the same time, she's breaking down and saying, I can't believe I'm at an entry-level job, and Randall is getting her a job. That is not a good way to have a relationship for a mother and a son. Wouldn't you? Do you agree with that, or do you disagree?
I disagree, but we come from very different families.
Well, why do you disagree?
Well, I think that once you are legally an adult, and you are able to make these kind of choices, and if your family needs you, you step on up. I think that we have made children out of our adults in society, and we don't see them as equals as soon as we actually should be, and especially if they are proving themselves to be mature, responsible people like Randall has done. Randall has stepped it up. Like if we were in the 1500s, Randall would already be married, having his own flippin' family by now. He wouldn't be seen as a child. You know what I mean? Like this is a strong, brilliant man who is seeing his mother need his help. So he has stepped up. He's stayed home. He's helping her get a job.
Fixing dishwashes.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be interesting to see how we do as parents when our kids do get to that age. But I know myself, when I left the house, I was expected to leave the house and go on my own way. And I don't know if it was right, but I saw my parents more as equals and more as humans, as wonderful but also flawed as they are.
Sure.
And I think that what Randall does that's interesting as a child, though, is he like kind of secretly hides it from his mom. You know what I mean? Like he's fixing things behind the scene rather than saying, you know, I mean, well, when she asks him, he does tell her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and he's also fixing the dishwasher right in front of her.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, he's behind the scenes. He's getting her that job.
Yes.
Because she needs it, number one. Like fiscally, yes, but emotionally, she needs it. She needs to move on. And
like, I think this is what Jack would have expected of his son, was to man up. He's 18, 19, and he would have expected this is what you do. You take care of your mom.
Do you get the sense that, and I don't think this is a bad thing, I just think that this is something that needs to be acknowledged, which is, do you get the sense that Rebecca is just codependent? Like she was codependent with Jack. And before she met Jack, she was probably codependent on her parents. And now that she doesn't have Jack, she's relying on Randall to fill that codependency.
Well, Miggy.
And then later on, she's got Miggy.
She already got Miggy. We were already seeing that. Miggy was like answering her question, or her sentences and stuff during the waiting room episode.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a huge part of who Rebecca is. At least is what the show has shown us.
Yes.
You know, she's an amazing mother. She's an amazing wife. She's a dynamic person, but she's definitely someone who tends to be very codependent.
Sure.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It just it is what it is.
But you're right. Probably no one sat down with her and was like, "Honey, you lean on people, and that's okay. But you lean on people, and right now you need to lean on Randall or whatever."
And nothing more says this and shows this and this spectacular visual storytelling of making the bed. Making the bed the way that they were with Jack when they were younger, to when they were older, to when Rebecca is alone, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was sad, and how it kept going back to it throughout the whole episode. And then notice at the end, she's making the bed again, and she's making the bed when Randall walks into the room. She's doing it all by herself. doing it 100% by herself, and she's making it work. She's doing it. Just that from the beginning to the end moment and that transition and how it all has gone down. Exquisite visual
agree.
storytelling.
I agree.
Just really great stuff.
I agree.
Really great stuff. Having said that, where the heck did Miggy go? Where did Miggy Stardust go? Like, he showed up at the end.
He came in. Yeah, he had his train, so he had to come in late.
Yeah, he came in late.
Yeah.
He walked in, and then Randall goes upstairs to
What do you
talk to
mean?
Rebecca.
What do you do after you have a 3-hour train ride?
I don't know. You go to the bathroom?
That's where Mickey is.
Well, maybe.
He's not going on to the loo on that train so everyone can smell his business.
Mhm.
You know that he went he went to the back bathroom near the like mud door at the back of their house, the poop bathroom.
Yep.
And he said, "Hi, granddaughters.
Poop bathroom.
I'll see you in a little bit. Grandpa's gotta go."
Peggy, I'll be right over there.
Yeah, that's where Mickey went. Don't worry about him. That was like what, 10 minutes? She goes upstairs,
yeah,
making
maybe.
her bed.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Where the hell did he go?
Oh, he probably went to the bathroom and had a snack.
Wait, he had a snack in the bathroom?
No, went to the bathroom, washed his hands, and had a snack.
And then had a snack. Okay.
And then sat down and said, "Cool, who's Pilgrim Rick?" That's what he's doing. He's sitting down right now with Annie, and he's like, "Who do we think should be Pilgrim Rick? And where did you guys store the inflatables?
Yeah.
The lawn ornaments.
We have to get them up. We have to get them up now.
Let's do it. Let's do before Thanksgiving."
Randall calling Rebecca out. Where are you with that? I feel like that's an absolute Mary Lawson move.
I did it as soon as I turned 18.
Of course you did. Tell me the story.
I don't know. I don't know the story. I do it too frequently.
You just...
I'm an adult now, so I'm going to give you my opinion on this situation.
Yeah.
Doesn't go over that well.
Is Randall warranted in doing what he's doing?
Yeah, because you
Just
care.
Checking in on her.
Because you care.
Right.
And it's difficult because this is new waters. In case you guys can't tell, like, I am very open and honest with my family. Like, when I called my brother, who's ignored me for 2 months, and I just said, like, "Hey, hope everything's okay. You've ignored me for 2 months, so either you're mad at me or you're just being you." Blake was like, "Did you really say that?" And I was like, "Yes."
She did say that.
Yeah.
She did say that. Yeah.
No, I think that Randall did it in a very kind manner, saying, "I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be taken care of." And then, when he said, "Well, I've kind of been helping you out all this time," like, I would have totally said that. Sadly. But
Yes.
it's so true. But then Rebecca was like, "Oh no, you said enough. I need to take a nap." Like, okay, this is just further evidence that Rebecca.
But Randall takes it a little too far, though. I mean,
What
it's
do
like
you mean?
it's like, oh, it's funny that you're saying this, that you're the adult 20 years later after, and then he stops himself. Like, I feel like that was an actual natural conversation for those two,
Yeah.
where it's like,
Oh yeah,
like where it's like, you're saying this now? Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, I've been doing, and then he stops short, and
No,
she's
I
like,
loved
what?
it.
It's gonna make for an awkward dinner, more than likely. Probably no more than awkward than when Randall found out that Rebecca was keeping William away from her on Thanksgiving.
do you think Rebecca overreacted?
Absolutely.
But I
And
think
that's what
she's
the dead
supposed
giveaway
to.
is. That's what the dead
Yeah.
giveaway is.
Yeah.
And part of me doesn't want them to go all in this quick on the.
Well, you saw the coming up next week.
I know she's just looking around.
That was whoever chooses, like, guys, what should we show in the preview? That was a terrible choice. I just need to vent because that was a really terrible choice to show Rebecca lost in the flippin' park, not having the phone. I mean, it was so obvious in this episode.
Yeah, they're banging you over the head with it.
It's like, let that be a surprise for next week.
Right.
Because now we're all going to be like, "Oh, yeah, this is the week Rebecca gets lost." Like,
Mhm.
I just think it was a very poor thing to do. It was, hitting over the head. Poor whoever, I don't know whose job it is. Probably some
The
guy named
trailer maker.
Gregory.
Yeah.
It's probably Gregory's job. That's a Gregory job right there.
Bam! Just like that.
You know what we should do? We should totally, for the Thanksgiving preview, show Rebecca lost. It's going to blow people's minds. Oh, well, Gregory, I think everyone's kind of getting the drift.
It's like
that-
Greg. No, it's Gregory.
Gregory. I think everyone's going to figure it out, Greg, that she's kind of like not really
I
with
just said it was Gregory.
Okay. And then they just give up.
They're like,
"Fine.
okay, fine, Gregory.
Fine,
do
whatever you
whatever the
want."
hell you want. I don't care.
It's 5:00. Let's just give him what he wants. Freaking Gregory.
I gotta catch the train home. Then I gotta go
Yeah.
to the poop bathroom. I got too many things to do.
Just terrible, terrible coming up next week.
Oh man, that was not.
Can we
great.
talk about Kevin? Can we move on from like you know who I'm just sick of?
What?
Female characters in this episode except Deja.
Oh, you sick of Beth? Really? I thought Beth was
Beth
pretty
was
spectacular.
good. Beth was good. You're right.
I thought she.
What
she's
did
like,
she do to that popcorn?
Oh my god! It looked like caramel.
It did.
It was like on a cookie tray.
You know how there's like an Outlander cookbook and a Harry Potter cookbook?
I want the
This
I want
Is
the
Us.
Beth Randall
Yes.
cookbook.
Yes. What is on that popcorn? No, Beth was great. Beth and Deja were great. But yeah, let's quickly talk about Deja.
Yeah, the whole thing with Deja and wanting to see the mother. Of course, I don't think it's coincidence that the last episode they have the flashback to the mother, only for it to build up. And this is again Dan Fogelman and his team. They know what they're doing. They're putting things in and they're building on it with each successive episode, which again is I think much better than what they did last season.
Where does Deja mom sleep?
Yeah, how do you even have that conversation? It's not like they had that big house anymore.
I mean,
I mean, I'm sure that the house is fairly big, but like it ain't as big as the last one.
does she get?
Is she on the couch?
I don't know.
Does she? Did they have a basement? Does she sleep in the basement? You got Miggy Stardust there with, and then
And Kevin's coming, and Kevin just invited Nikki. They don't even know if Nikki's coming.
right, he's just
They're
gonna
gonna
show
fit
up.
Everybody.
This is gonna be a big dinner.
Maybe Kevin can drive his RV.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go. Solved that problem.
Well,
Gregory.
no, his is a tag along. That's one of those ones that like you have to have a truck.
Oh, you know he can buy a truck.
Yeah, he'll just buy a truck. It's fine. Kevin would get the one that like matches the paint color of the RV.
Yeah.
He would absolutely.
And
would.
he'll probably get the one that has like the DVD player built inside so he can show Police Academy.
Something that happened in this episode is what we played at the beginning, which is Nikki saying, when you're sick, you got to let the people who love you help.
You're like, let's get to the real meat of
And
this.
that applies to Rebecca and Randall and how she needs to be able to allow him to help her. But it really, really applies here to Nikki and to Kevin, but also to Cassidy. These three,
They all need a little help from their friends.
we talked about Rebecca being codependent. The three musketeers over here, Nikki, Cassidy, and Kevin, have pushed people away. They are the opposite of codependent. They have pushed people away constantly. All they've done is push people away.
But that's also all they've wanted.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I really like how they've interlaced all these characters and then play them off of each other, so that you can see that when Nikki is having this moment in the courtroom.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite moments.
That was really good.
Definitely of this season so far.
Yeah, the other favorite part of the season so far, obviously, is the emotional tracking with Kevin and how the episode starts where Nikki's calling him out for sleeping with Cassidy, and Jack shows up saying, "Are you out of your mind? Like, what kind of person are you?"
This episode was so good.
And then we have another reappearance of Jack later on, and then the final appearance of Jack is finally saying, "You're a good kid. I'm proud of you. You're a good kid." I was outwardly just weeping, just tears. Just it was the first time I think that I really cried this season.
This was so good. This episode was so good.
Yeah.
The Kevin, the amount of times that we have cared about Kevin in this show in total, when we started off being like, who's this jabroni? You know what I mean? It's mind-boggling what they've done for this character.
Right. So I really like what they're doing. I really like what they're doing with Nikki and how he's allowing people to help him, how he's allowing himself to get treatment. He's allowing himself to say, yeah, I want to go. Like, I want to go.
Will he get a haircut for Thanksgiving?
I think he'll have a little bit more of a style.
Yeah.
He'll have I may not get a haircut, but
Maybe
he'll
get a
get
little
some style.
conditioner.
He'll get some gel in there, probably.
Ew.
You know? What? You don't like gel?
Not with that length of hair. What do you think he's gonna do? Get like a man bun?
He's gonna go full Wall Street, just slick it all back.
Nope.
We call that the Michael Douglas,
Okay.
or the Gordon Gekko, if you
Okay.
will.
Anyone else we need to talk about? I feel like we hit the major bases.
Practical Magic, the film. you know how they reference it.
This is what you want to talk about?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Griffin Dunn, the guy who plays Nicky,
Yeah.
he directed that film.
Okay.
Well
Well done. Well done.
Oh man, you know what else we got for this episode? You got anything? We got anything else?
How do you feel about Kate's reaction when baby Jack eats avocado in front of his dad for the first time? WTF, Kate?
Yeah, is that something that Kate should really be freaking out about?
No.
I don't think so. Because didn't our son walk or something like that, and your dad saw it, and he didn't want to tell you?
Did.
Was it Felicity?
Walked.
Yeah.
And he was like, he took video of it, but he was afraid to tell us. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm happy that she's walking. She'll do it for us tomorrow.
Are you hot on Toby for doing his gym sesh instead
No.
of being home?
Listen, he's getting endorphins. This guy is prone to depression. He's feeling good about it. He's being healthy. He wants to be healthy for his kid. I don't think that it's bad. I think it's great that he's putting his health as a priority.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another thing that I really liked. I have it here in my notes, and I called it out. And I just as I'm going over it, I just saw it. Kevin helps Nicky with the tie, and if you recall, Jack helped Kevin with the tie for his prom, and it was the same. Like I just wish that was when Nicky was looking at Kevin. Instead of Kevin, we saw Jack.
But Nicky would have never fixed Jack's tie.
No. If Kevin was Jack doing it to Nicky.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like that. Oh, like my heart races just thinking about that right now. Like if I could go back and redo that moment when Kevin is fixing the tie,
Yeah.
if that was Jack instead of Kevin,
Okay.
I would have peed my pants. I literally would have peed my pants.
You would have been like Kate.
I would have been like what's her name from the Black Eyed Peas?
Fergie.
Fergie. I would have
Okay,
peed my
let's
pants like
land the
Fergie.
plane.
I would have
This is
absolutely done
Getting down a route that I do not need.
it. Other than that, that's all I got.
This episode brought to you by Thinks Underwear.
Yeah. Okay. Power ranking for Pilgrim Rick.
Okay.
All right. What do we got? We'll do the top 3.
How long is this going?
We're at about 50 minutes.
Okay.
So power ranking. We'll do it real quick. We'll do the top 3.
Okay.
Okay. For you, the top 3 people who are most likely to wear the Pilgrim Rick hat
Or who I
for
want
Thanksgiving.
to.
Yeah. Who do you want to? Start with 3, then go to 1.
Okay. And does it need to be a male?
Yes. Yes. Because, I mean, I technically know it doesn't have to be, but just following the tradition. Following the tradition, who's going to be Pilgrim Rick?
Tradition. Randall.
Is he 3 or 1?
He's 1. Oh, am I supposed to be
Yeah,
going?
it's the 3 to 1.
Okay, fine. You go first.
Okay, fine. All right. 3. Miggy. 3 Miggy. 2 Randall. 1 Nicky.
Okay. Oh,
Desperately want Nicky.
Okay, you ready? 3. Kevin.
Okay.
2. Jack. The newest male.
No,
Pearson
he
clan.
can't wear the Pilgrim
He
Rick
sure
hat.
can.
He'd
You know
fit
they're
in
gonna
the
bring-
Pilgrim Rick hat.
Exactly. They've never had a baby since Pilgrim Rick started. That would be so cute. I'm down. Just to put it on him. And then like they can be like, Pilgrim Rick, like use him like a little ventriloquist. And then Randall just being obvious because it's his house. It's the most boring answer.
All right. Ready for some in or out?
Sure.
All right. In or out.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
All right. In or out on the movie Practical Magic. Are you in or out on
Which
it?
one was that? Was
That
Sandra
was
Bullock?
Sandra Bullock.
Oh,
and
totally in.
it was a good film.
Yes.
That was a really good film.
Oh
I'm
my
in on.
gosh.
All right. In or out on Avocado.
In.
Out.
You are so out.
Out. The most out I've ever been on anything.
I love when they make tableside guac and then I eat it all because Blake doesn't eat it.
Ugh. Oh God, no. I see the tableside guac coming and I'm like,
Oh, God, please, no.
I'm like, I'll take that.
No.
That's my entree.
No.
that's me. Just screaming no about avocado. Oh my God. Good. All right. In or out on supervised dates.
In.
As a kid, I was out. As an adult, I'm in.
Yeah.
I was way out as a kid.
I didn't really date anyone until I was very old.
Are you going to supervise dates for our kids?
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
yeah. Are we going to do the whole thing where like we go to the movies
Yep.
and like they go to a movie and we go to a movie?
No, I'm going to be in the same movie, but just a few rows behind them, and I'm going to tell them I'm in a different movie, but I'm really going to be seeing the same one. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I could see that happening.
Yep.
I could see that happening. All right. In or out, big Thanksgiving dinners.
All in.
I am all in on big thanks. The more people, the better. Invite the neighbors.
As long as I behave myself.
Yeah. As long as we don't consume 2 bottles of wine.
I know. I behave myself fine. It's
yeah.
just if I have something to say. It has nothing to do if there's wine.
Oh, no, it definitely does.
Oh.
Because the more wine that comes out, the more brave you are when it comes to calling your family out. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Why have you ignored my text for 2 months?
Are you just being you, or are you ignoring me? Like, either way, it's a crappy answer.
Oh, sorry.
Speaking of that, in or out on Nikki calling out Cassidy and Kevin for calling him moron when you morons slept together.
In.
Way in on
In.
that. What a great line.
Yep.
You
moron.
morons slept
We
together.
should use that word more frequently, just not in front of the kids.
No.
Moron.
But you know, something that really hit me was, Cassidy, when have I ever called you? I'm worried.
I want to use that.
Yeah, like when have I ever called you?
I mean, that would be in a very dire situation, but so true. When have I ever called you? So good point, Nikki.
Yep, absolutely. In or out, getting into random bar fights.
In.
I'm kind of in on it too. I'm kind of in. And want to know why?
Why?
Because you got to go alpha male sometimes.
Well, I just liked that he was like, I'm going to hurt myself, but not by my usual vice. And
Right.
I'm not going to like do anything too tragic. Just
Right.
going to like feel it. in
I
a
just
different
want to
way.
get. I want to
I
feel
don't.
something.
I'm not saying that it's a good choice, Kevin. But I'm saying I can understand why he made that choice, and I was
Yes.
very happy that he was just drinking soda water.
Yeah. I that was another thing I kind of wish they had not done, where he's like, oh, you want more club soda? Yeah. You know, like I just wish.
I'm happy they did that. I
Ah.
completely disagree.
I
I'm
just
so
wi-
glad they did that.
I just wish that you thought it was drinks, and eventually when he sees Cassidy and Nikki, it's like he's obviously
then you
not
worry
drunk.
that he's. Then you would worry that he was lying. Then a lot of the viewers would think he was lying.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
And you wanted to know that he was sober as he made that choice that he wanted to get punched.
All right. In or out on club soda.
I'm out.
I'm out on club soda. Club
I love
soda's
s-
gross.
I like seltzer water flavored with like berries and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like straight club soda.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Nasty. Like that is like. I don't even know one person that liked club soda.
Why didn't he get Sprite?
Yeah, just get Sprite. Just give me a Sprite, man.
He did too many calories. he has to take care of his figure. That's like his
I know.
job.
I know. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not
Yep.
saying he's wrong.
Good thing he didn't get his nose broken.
Oh yeah, he has. You ever notice that he's a very pointy nose? It's like very pointy.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah. You
That would be a severe.
I'm way out on club soda. It's
Okay.
gross. All right, last one. In or out on folding mattress sheets.
In.
I am out.
I can't figure it out for the life of me, and it's like the Rubik's Cube of my adult life, and I'm
can't do
so
it.
in because I want to do it one day. And I've looked it up on Pinterest, and I've watched probably 5 videos, and I've sent Blake the videos.
Yeah. No, I've tried it. I've
and then
watched
he
the
just
videos.
takes it, rolls it in a ball, and throws it.
Yeah, I just roll it up. I'm like, I can't deal with this.
We're at a point though right now. We bought a mattress that only fits one certain type of sheet. Henceforth, why we have to wash the laundry and why we
Right.
forget about it until 10 o'clock at night. We just need to. Like, that's what we should ask for Christmas. a
Another
second
sheet?
set. We bought the purple, like some special purple thing that's too big. Doesn't fit in other mattresses. It
Oh.
doesn't fit sheets. Anyway,
No thanks.
people are done with us.
Okay. That was the last one. All right, you got a hot take?
No,
I do.
good.
All right, my hot take is this. It has to do with Kate and it has to deal with Katobi, but it also has to deal with Gregory too. You know.
If Gregory keeps making next time on This Is Us.
You know that Gregory is actually, let's put it this way. Toby is going to go to Gregory and be like, "Hey man, thanks for the avocado. Like I really appreciate that cuz the avocados came from Gregory's tree." He's going to go to, and Gregory's, "Oh man, it's great. I'm so happy I was able to give it to you. You know, your kid was here eating it and I was just, I was just really excited by that."
That's what you think.
Garen effin Teed Garrett put the friggin' Blake Larson Garantos on this. Gregory tells Toby that little Jack was eating
Loving it. Yeah.
eating avocado.
Because he doesn't know. It's not like Kate said, please, ooh, this was supposed to be a first-time thing in front of Daddy.
He doesn't know, but Toby thinks it was the first time. He made a big deal out of it. This is the day. He's got the phone out. He's got everything. And Kate didn't say a word. And you know he's going to figure it out. Oh, man, that's going to be bad news. And that's what's going to happen. Well, that's not going to be the straw, but that's going to be the thing that starts the whole
Are they going
questioning.
out for Wait a second. What are they doing for Thanksgiving?
I think they're going out to Philadelphia, right? That would make sense.
They haven't talked about travel plans or anything like
Well,
that.
because this is us. They just show up. They just show up.
How? Because Randall's hosting. Well, yeah, Randall's hosting. Are Katobi just going to stay in LA and have their own?
No, there's no way.
Thanksgiving.
No,
Where
Toby
the-
are going.
Where are they going to sleep?
In the basement next to Shauna.
I wonder, this is their first Thanksgiving with a baby. Everyone else should have gone to them. And let's be real, everyone else can afford to fly except Katobi.
Right. They got way too many things to pay for.
This is us with the unlimited bank accounts.
And no jobs. No one has a job. They
Our
just
friend on Facebook, Heather, says they are in a preview in Randall's. When are they flying? Okay. It takes a little while to fly from LA to Pittsburgh. Plus, they've got a baby. And they have to schlep all that stuff because you know that Randall didn't move like baby equipment
no
during
chance.
this move. You know,
No
they took
chance.
it to Savers.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, one other thing that's kind of happened that I'm not a fan of, and I hope it's one of those things that gets played out. And they built a foundation for it, was Randall's anxiety level coming back up. A couple
Yeah.
of episodes ago, Beth is saying, hey, I've
Yeah.
seen these things. You need therapy.
Oh, it's coming.
And he blew it off. But nothing has happened since.
Are you kidding? Nothing's happened since?
No, in terms of his anxiety. Like, he hasn't shown any symptoms.
Oh, I disagree.
He hasn't been like shaking his legs.
I think his observing of his mom is showing like a necessary worry, but also he's like an anxious enough person that he is, you know, this isn't like I've watched my mom do it once and I'm going to forget. Like he's a worrier to begin with. So I think that it's actually going to be his mom's sickness. That
Oh,
helps him.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
think that will be it. I
Okay.
hope I'm pretty sure that's going to be what triggers it.
Yeah.
But they just haven't, they showed it and they haven't gotten back to it. So, and it's not like them, the writers, to do that, I think. For the most part, it's not like them to do that. So
He
we'll
didn't
see.
have any reasons to show it this episode though. In like a twitchy way.
Yeah. I mean, you would think the whole thing with Deja and the parents and the dinners, and that would bring out some stuff out of them. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, you ready to close this bad boy out?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in to this show of This Is Us 2. It is, oh my gosh, it just said show like Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
Show. Like
So
she does like a little like,
sing-songy.
she does all these like lyrical things with one syllable words. It's God, it's like butter and just
Butter and
butter and sugar.
And-
it's literally butter just covered in sugar is her voice.
oh, by the way, we had our vote for the hour-long episode or the 30 to 40-minute episode. I'm sorry to say, Mary, we had 115 votes for the hour episode and only 5 for the half-hour
It's
episode.
okay. I just need coffee. I
All
wish I
the
knew
coffee.
someone who made coffee.
Well, if you want to check us out at maryandblake.com, on social media, Mary and Blake, and that's it.
For now, I'm Mary,
My name is Blake.
and this is Us 2.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Facebook friends.
We just made a podcast.
Yes, we did. That's
all
how we
together.
do. Thank you for joining us. And for those of you who don't usually listen to our podcast episodes, you can find our podcast by going to a podcast app and searching This Is Us 2 or Mary and Blake, or you can go to maryandblake.com. This is what Blake and I do about several shows and things that we're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
We truly, truly appreciate those of you who are in our Patreon community who help make all of this possible. And if you enjoyed this episode, let us know. Your feedback is so important to Blake and I.
Yes, it is. Every day we look for it. Every day, and it's like, we're not waiting with bated breath, but we do look for it, and we're very excited when we get it. Something I can't tell if this is a dig or if this is something that's a compliment. Heather Brocklehurst says, "You guys love to talk." Is that like a dig?
I don't know.
Is that like, oh, you guys love to talk, or is you guys love to talk?
So she's probably like mocking because I was like, 30 minutes. She's probably like, Mary, you guys love this.
I don't know. Heather, if you're still here, let us know if that was a dig or if that was a positive thing.
See, she said compliment.
Oh, there we go.
I
All
could
right.
tell.
All
I could
right.
tell Heather. Look at that like sweet smile. Heather wouldn't be busting like that.
I don't think that she would either. As a matter of fact, I think Heather voted for the owl one, if I can recall.
Who knows?
I don't know. Well, if you guys like this, the live stream, you like looking at us when talking, and you
You're not
like the
gonna get it
studio.
every time.
No. But if you like it, let us know so that way we can try to do it more often.
I could keep my bra on.
Yeah.
I'm classy.
I'm hoping to get a new TV, by the way, for up here. That's what I'm hoping.
Wow.
A bigger one, so you get better pictures and a whole thing. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, we'll see.
It's like $150.
Yeah, we've got a tree that's about to fall on our house.
That's true.
And it's winter.
That's
it's
true.
coming.
Winter is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Winter is coming. Well, that's it, Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you also for joining us on YouTube as well. That is that.
We're on YouTube at the same time?
Well, not at the same time, but this will get uploaded to YouTube.
Okay.
So,
That was crazy.
so for anybody who wants to check us out there. And
Oh, Nikki says sad there's no Gryffindor apparel. Oh, honey.
Oh, there's plenty of Gryffindor
Okay, so
apparel.
we've got 3 Gryffindors right here. Okay, we've got Harry, Ron, and Hagrid.
We actually literally have the Gryffindor symbol right next to
Gryffindor,
Hagrid.
The crest is right there. See, this is what I'm saying though, Blake. It's a little busy, so people can't really see everything that's going on.
For the new Outlander season, I mentioned the new TV, but I'm actually hoping to redo our entire studio for the new Outlander season. Or maybe by
a
the
little
time
less cluttered.
maybe by the time that season 4B of This Is Us comes up, I'm hoping to have it completely redone. So we'll see. You never know.
It's just tough because it's all like far away and little stuff. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
That's it.
Yeah. We thought we were going to be able to do another Outlander one tonight, and
I
it's
don't think
not
that's going to
possible.
happen.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I'm tired too. We need sleep. We have these little humans that run our life.
Lacey, who's Hufflepuff?
Yeah, no, we're
Neither
no.
of us are Hufflepuff.
No, I'm a Slytherin.
You do.
Slytherin all the way.
Yeah, he is.
I don't mess around. I don't mess with the puffs. The only people that Hufflepuff's got is Cedric. That's it.
You know nothing because you don't read canon and you don't realize that like the most amazing house is Hufflepuff. That most of my friends are Hufflepuff, and I adore them.
I don't care about the friends. Who in the story is a Hufflepuff that actually matters?
Newt Scamander.
That franchise is falling apart. It's because it's based on a Hufflepuff.
Blake.
It's true. They had to bring back Steve Kloves to rewrite.
You need to stop before you literally lose half of your listenership.
Here's a nuclear take for you. Hufflepuffs.
Don't even listen, guys.
Overrated.
And
Out
this is
on
If
Hufflepuff.
anyone ever doubted what house you were,
Uh-huh.
this is why he's Slytherin.
Slytherin, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Newt Scamander. Get out of
Stop.
here.
Just stop. You know what you wouldn't have done?
What's that?
You wouldn't have seen the Puffs off-Broadway musical all about Hufflepuffs. It's called Puffs.
Yeah, definitely have not done that.
I know.
That's why it's off Broadway, because nobody wants to see it.
I'm just going to take some deep breaths and wish you a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't believe you right now.
it's all for the show. Gotta have some fun.
Like, I wish I was Hufflepuff. That's what I said.
No, you don't wish you were Hufflepuff.
I
There's
did.
no
I said
chance.
that at my Harry Potter and the Sacred Text book club meeting. I said, because everyone goes around, they say like, "Hi, this is my name and this is my house. This is my name. This is my house." And I was the only Gryffindor. And I said, but I wish at times I was a Hufflepuff.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
you
would.
love your favorite thing on this planet is being a Gryffindor. You know it too. You're smiling
It
because
just
it's
gets me
true.
in trouble. That's the problem.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You get yourself involved in too many things.
Veronica says I need pantry wine right now.
Mary does need. She wanted to have a glass of bourbon earlier today. I said no. Wait, we gotta wait. That's okay. It happens. Pantry wine. That has to be a thing now. Pantry wine. I'm in on
We
it.
don't have a pantry.
I'm in on. We got like a room.
This is a basement closet. We're in a nook in our basement.
That's fine. It happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'll see you guys later.